Today I answer the question, how much cyber insurance should I buy? I've had several prospects in the past ask me, how much cyber insurance should I buy? How much is enough? Meaning, what's the appropriate limit of coverage for my firm? It's a good question, but before I answer that, let's get back to the basics of understanding what cyber insurance is all about and what it covers. The first part of the policy are first-party claims, meaning damages you suffer directly as a result of a cyber event such as damage to your hardware, software, and data, cyber crimes, business interruption, extortion costs, notification costs, and more. And the second half of the policy, it covers third-party claims, meaning liability claims where third parties sue you, the insured. Common examples are network security liability, privacy liability, media, fines, and penalties. In addition, most cyber policies on the market will include pre-breach risk control services as well as post-breach services to help you immediately respond to a claim or threat. Now, back to how much coverage is the right amount of coverage. In my opinion, there are 3 ways to help determine the right amount of coverage you need. The first is you go to the Net Diligence Data Breach Calculator. That can be found on several websites, but I'll include a link to it below in the notes. Net Diligence is a cyber risk consulting firm, and they have created this calculator to help determine what potential claim costs could be based on the number of records and the types of records your firm may have exposed in a breach. While the resulting costs are estimates, the calculator does give a good estimate of what the company's total claim cost could be in the event of a breach. I recommend assuming a worst-case scenario when using this calculator. The second technique is benchmarking. There are a few sources of insurance limit benchmarking which can provide a buyer some ideas of what their peers are buying in terms of limits for certain types of coverage, and cyber is one of them. The idea here is that if you know that firms in your industry which are similar in size are buying a particular limit of coverage, then you can parallel your decisions to your peer group. The methodology is used most often by larger organizations in the middle market. Third, and most realistically, is your budget. At the end of the day, your budget will dictate how much limit of coverage you can afford. Here, I don't recommend skimping, but rather be realistic. In fact, combining information you learn from the first and second recommended methods and seeing how close you can get to that with your budget makes a lot of sense. When you ask your broker for a quote on cyber insurance, ask to see options. If you're a small business, ask to see limits of $1 million, $2 million, and $3 million. Just don't take $1 million limit as gospel. If you're a larger business and the breach calculator is indicating limits over $3 million, then ask for a range of quotes for $3, $5, and $7 million. This will help to make a more informed decision regarding coverages, limits, and costs. To wrap it up, I will say that in my experience, most business owners underestimate what a cyber event may cost them. I get it. If you've never been through a breach, a hack, or a ransomware event, how would you know what to expect or what the costs are to stopping the event, unraveling it, and paying for experts like forensic accountants, tech services, lawyers, potential fines and penalties, notification costs, and the potential liability suits? The bottom line is that cyber events are costly, very costly. If you think $1 million of coverage is enough, buy up to $2 million. If you think $5 million is enough, price out limits to $10 million so you know what the costs are and what your budget may support. I've never had a client sorry that they purchased more coverage than they needed following a serious claim, and most all cyber events are serious. The wild card when it comes to cyber is the extent of how far damages may extend in both direct and consequential damages, which is why I recommend higher limits to safeguard against that unknown. Have unresolved questions or issues regarding cyber insurance or any other business insurance? Why not reach out by email or phone and let's chat? My contact info is coming up in a minute. I love helping out business owners, and I welcome the chance to speak with you. Hey, and before you go, if you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thanks.